You are watching Xirtus.
Let's read this children's book for a page, shall we? Fat raindrops began sizzling on Shrek's hot knob. Did you ever see somebody so disgusting? Said Lightning to Thunder. Never, Thunder growled. Let's give him the works. Lightning fired his fiercest bolt straight at Shrek's head. Shrek just gobbled it, belched some smoke, and grinned. Lightning, thunder, and rain departed. I don't know, just there's a lot of particular words here. Shrek's hot knob was like the first
That's a
sentence.
standout.
It's kind of a standout. Gobbled though. I don't know. There's some weird stuff in Shrek, is all I'm saying. And
He's eating lightning bolts.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That actually is a bit more Norse. It gives him kind of a level there. Like he can consume the powers of Thor.
What's the design on his shirt? Are those pink peanuts or amoeba or what's going on there?
It was the 80s.
Whatever your Freudian slip will allow, basically.
Kidneys.
Socks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Shrek was definitely a lot more hardcore than people realize. A lot of them are, but more occult. I remember the, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That book. Do you guys remember that book? I mean, I guess they made a movie out of
They
it.
made a movie.
But did you remember the book?
Never read the book.
See, the book was like acid, and like the drawing style, it's like drawings. You know what I mean? Like it's actually got the inking and lines and stuff. It's old school, and it's super. It's got this kind of I don't know what's happening vibe, which you can tell definitely inspired the movie. The movie's all about the science.
Looks like The Economist.
Yeah, it's got that same kind of infomatic quality to it. But nobody at first understands why it's happening, and it's clearly the fault of science. And it's like Midwestern town has no idea like why it's happening. You know, it's like these horrible like chemtrail weather experiments that are leading to what's it for? Well, to improve the agriculture, to improve food production in the United States and the world, right? So it's a pretty deep metaphor. Because the weather changing in order to facilitate this new GMO Monsanto society
looks much better than the movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was like helping out at an elementary school, and I went like the kindergartners and first graders all went, and they took me to see it, and I was like, this is amazing. I actually liked the movie, but I think it was only because. Well, also here, you know, the kids were cool, but like only because the movie had this book. If you've read the book, it facilitates that idea, but maybe some of it's missing. But I still think they did a pretty good job because he's a scientist and he's messing with weather. You know, I think that they at least put that in there, and that's important. Like, look at the machines that they have to use to pick up the food. Converted. I don't know. That was pretty hardcore stuff. What do you remember?
The titles like resemble the Economist magazine, something fierce.
Yeah, it does have that vibe. It really does. I forget what kind of. To ask Jay what the font is that they use, but there's definitely that same kind of bouncingness to it.
Yeah, well, it's hatching and cross hatching, so it's like the old school way of inking shadows. That it was more economical than having different colors when you were printing on newspapers or in certain magazines. It's just the cheapest way to do it, right?
Was that like Grandfather Twilight? Is that one book? Yeah, do you ever read this one? Grandfather Twilight? Grandfather Twilight is so based. It's this dude who he's made of moonlight, and he lives in the woods in a house that's just the woods all woven together. And he has to like pick a pearl, and like the pearl, he brings it through the day, and he like gets it bigger and bigger, and then he puts it in the sky at the end of the day, and that becomes the moon. It's a pretty epic book.
I just want to read it right now.
Yeah, man. Read it to us, Andre.
Reading Rainbow. Right?
Dude, I'm down for a children's book story time.
Oh yeah, man. Let's all take some acid. I'll take some acid and listen to Andreas narrate.
We'll have to set that one up.
All right.
What do you guys remember? Like, do you guys remember any like weird books like that as children?
Look, Wrinkle in Time comes to mind because Wrinkle in
Right.
Time like kind of fucked my brain over. But I mean, Animorphs
So-
is weird.
Animorphs are nuts.
Big. The first thing that came to my mind was the Bernstein Bears. You remember
Oh
those?
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That was good. I like the
Animorphs.
Bears.
You mean the Berenstain Bear?
Berenstain.
I'm just joshing you. Yeah, the Berenstain Bear. Stain on the history of Tartaria. The Stain Bears.
Yeah.
You know this, right, Kurt?
Dinotopia was my favorite as a kid.
So
Kurt,
I guess
I play
familiar
on a
with this?
Hadron Collider.
Do you know about
Yeah.
this, Kurt? The Mandela effect thing?
is that you'll have to explain.
So everybody remembers Berenstain Bears, but apparently it's always been Berenstain Bears.
Well,
But
like,
everybody remembers Berenstain Bears.
They're just staining
that-
the reputation of them.
Yeah.
is that a Jewish name?
Well, yeah, but it's the more complicated.
Steam or
Actually,
Skype.
the fun fact history is that because they were living in an area that had a war between Bohemians and Tartars, and the Tartars won, then the name became Stain or Stan. Into in the old days, it would have been Stein if the Bohemian Germans had won. So that was the main difference for stone, like translation. But it's interesting because it again comes back to the Tartars.
Okay. Yeah, I dig it. I wasn't there. Like, I think there's always some sort of subtext. Like, everything is culturally influenced to one degree or another. But that's what's amazing about animation is that you don't understand it as a kid. But, like, when you go back and see a lot of this, yeah, there are weird parallels that you can draw between a lot of things.
This is we've done this before, but I just love to ask anyway. Which one is the Fruit of the Loom logo?
I always remember the top one.
Right. What about
But
you?
the thing
Kurt?
is, I think that the
I'd
top
say the
one,
top one.
It's
I
never
remember
been
the
the top one. It's
Cornucopia.
always been the bottom one now.
I think
Yeah.
that probably what happened is that there's probably a company that like made an off-brand version, like a made in China version, that like they just stole that logo and added that thing, and then everyone assumed it was the real thing.
Maybe.
Well, is
My
that the
hypothesis.
loom?
That
is that
makes sense.
priming? That's priming going on with turns of phrase.
Dude, that cornucopia kind of could have been used for a loom. Yeah, I don't know. How about the James Bond Mandela Moonwalker braces? Do you guys ever watch James Bond? This might be like way too specific. Did you guys watch James Bond? Do you remember this one? So in James Bond, there's there's this guy and he's got metal teeth.
Jaws.
He
And
looks
Jaws-
freakishly
think
like
his name is Jaws.
Frankenstein.
And he meets this girl, right? And this girl, she smiles at him. And there's a scene where she smiles, and she's got braces. And you're like, oh, that's hilarious, because she's got braces and he's got metal teeth. So they're in love with each other. And now it's like she's never had braces. What are you talking about? But like lots of people apparently care enough to remember it that way. I don't know.
It's crazy because you can alter because VHSs and old movies have a lifespan.
And it's a CIA. I mean, it's MI6, MI7. Like the fact that it's a British military show. Like if anyone's gonna mess with anything,
Yeah, that's what
I
I've
saw-
always thought. Is it just like Hollywood and the controllers just doing it to try to get more sales in their old movies and stuff? Like, oh, it was always this way.
Well, there was recently I saw a video of a woman. She was talking about it was a speech of the Queen, and and then they altered it later. So like they released a documentary and they omitted some things that she had said, and then they were just like, this is like it changed the message entirely, and they were just like, this is what was always said, and it's just like a clear case of altering history. And we have no way of actually controlling this because all the data banks are digital, so they can just do whatever they want. And we have to rely on old technology that is usually degrading or obsolete to actually verify it.
it wouldn't be such a big deal, I mean, like, if history gets forgotten and we're philosophers and we think to ourselves, hey, the truth is abstract and really it's more about what we do with the moment based on what stories were told anyway, blah, blah, blah. But since we're not all philosophers, and because the world is presented to us as real and it's constantly shifting and it's being done by persons trying and corporations and states trying to control us, it does become kind of disconcerting. And it's very, again, it's Orwellian. It's very 1984. So that, so everyone who says, hey, why would you care about this silly mass hysteria thing that could easily be explained away by Occam's razor with simpler explanations that people just aren't paying attention in their daily lives. And there's enough people out there that there's going to be, I can get all of that also. I'm just saying it's interesting. And it does mean a lot for the military industrial complex and Twitter, right? Because now you can edit tweets, I think is almost a metaphor for.
Yeah. And look, Occam's razor is limited to basically knowledge. So the less that you know, the less you can actually apply Occam's razor properly. So people don't know what they're talking about. They go, I'll apply Occam's razor. It's probably not happening. And that's how the modern application of in every argument I've ever seen of Occam's razor. They're just like, okay, well, ignorance isn't a reason to suspect that reality is as simple as your simple mind. Reality is more than that. And if we're to give up semblance of like reality based on actual facts and actual phenomena, then anything can mean anything, and basically our minds are going to be lost to confusion and just whatever shapes they put on the wall in Plato's cave, we will believe, because truth is illusory.
Waves of people came to this country, were welcomed by the folks who have lived here for millennia, the First Nation. And built this society with waves of people fleeing religious persecution, fleeing tyranny, fleeing to try and build a better life for themselves here than they had back home. Whether it's folks fleeing from world wars or fleeing from civil wars, these people always want the same thing: to be able to live in peace,